You finished your degree. That's huge. But I want you to stop for a second because right now, most graduates in your position are about to make a really expensive mistake. They don't know what comes next. And that gap, that confusion right after finishing, that's where a lot of PR pathways quietly fall apart. I'm Harry from Ultimate Migration, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through the Subclass 485, the temporary graduate visa, start to finish. Three streams, who gets what, how long, what it costs, and honestly, what you should actually be doing during this visa to set yourself up for PR, because most people aren't doing it. Let's get right into it and break down everything you need to know. Right, so what actually is the 485? At its core, it lets international graduates live, work, and study in Australia after finishing their degree here. But here's the thing people miss. It's not just extra time, it's a bridge. A bridge to what? To local work experience, to your professional network, to your skills assessment, to PR. Every one of those things takes time, and the 485 gives you that time. Used right, it changes everything. Used wrong, you burn through it and end up back at square one. Now, and this is important, a lot of people are working off old information because there are not two streams anymore, there are three, and which one you fall into. It changes your visa length, your requirements, your whole strategy. Stream 1, this is for vet graduates. So if you did a diploma, an associate degree, or a trade qualification, this is probably your stream. But wait, before you get excited, there's a catch. Your qualification needs to be closely related to an occupation on the MLT SSL. That's the medium and long-term strategic skills list. And you need a skills assessment from the relevant assessing authority confirming you're actually suitable for that occupation before you apply. A lot of people miss that second part. They think the qualification alone is enough. It's not. Age. You need to be 35 or under. Unless you hold a Hong Kong or BNO passport, then you get up to 50. That's a big difference and it matters. Study-wise, you need at least 92 weeks of registered study here in Australia across at least 16 calendar months. And your qualification needs to have been awarded within 6 months before you apply. Not 6 months and a week, 6 months, so don't sit on it. English. For tests done on or after the 7th of August 2025, IELTS overall 6.5, PT 55, TOEFL IBT 81, UK, US, Canada, New Zealand, Ireland passport, you're exempt. Easy. Visa length up to 18 months. If you're a Hong Kong or BNO passport holder, you can get up to 5 years, which is significant. Processing, about half of all applications come back within 49 days, 90% within 4 months, cost from AUD 4,600. Stream 2, this is the big one. Most people watching this video right now, this is your stream, bachelor's, master's, doctoral degree from an Australian university. That's it. You're in. And here's what I really want you to hear. No skills assessment. Your field of study doesn't have to match a specific occupation list. Any eligible degree gets you in. That's a genuinely different situation from Stream 1. A lot more flexible, a lot more accessible. Age is 35 or under, and actually pay attention here. If you did a master's by research or a PhD, you can be up to 50. Hong Kong and BNO holders also get the 50-year cutoff. So if that's you, don't assume you're out. Visa length. This is where Stream 2 gets genuinely generous. Bachelor's or master's coursework 2 years. Master's by research 3 years. Doctoral degree 3 years. Hong Kong and BNO passport holders up to 5 years. So if you did a PhD here, you've got serious runway. Processing. Half of applications done within 59 days. 90% within 4 months. Cost. Same starting point. AUD 4,600. Okay, Stream 3. Honestly, this is the one I find most people have genuinely never heard of. And for the right person watching this, it could be a real game changer. So stay with me on this one. Stream 3 is an extension visa. you've already held a post-higher education 485 or a post-study work visa. You studied at a regional campus and you've been actually living regionally. If that's your situation, there may be more time available to you than you realize. Two hard requirements. You need to still hold your first 485 when you apply. Can't have let it expire. And you need to have been living in a designated regional area for at least 2 years immediately before you lodge. That's not 2 years at some point. 2 years right before you apply. How much extra time do you get? Depends where you studied. Category 2 area, 1 extra year. Category 3, 2 extra years. Tasmania is a bit different. Category 2 residents there can get up to 2 extra years. But if you've been living in Sydney, Melbourne or Brisbane, I'm sorry, this stream isn't for you. No English requirement for this stream. You just need adequate health insurance. And cost-wise, from AUD 1,810, quite a bit cheaper than the first application.
Right.
Before I get to tips, I need you to hear 5 things because I've seen people lose their entire 485 eligibility over mistakes that were completely avoidable. So please don't skip this part. Number 1, and this is the big one. You can only hold a 485 once as the primary applicant. If you've previously held a subclass 485 or a subclass 476 as the primary, you cannot get another one ever. This is genuinely a one-shot visa. There are no do-overs. Number 2, 6 months. That is how long you have to apply after finishing your course. Not 6 months and a few days. 6 months. I have spoken to people who missed this by a week, and there was nothing anyone could do. Number 3, you have to be in Australia when you lodge, onshore, as the primary applicant. That is non-negotiable. Number 4, your English test needs to have been taken within the last 12 months before lodging. Not 13 months ago, 12. Check your test date right now if you're not sure. And number 5, health insurance. You and every single family member on the application need adequate cover for the full duration of the visa. Not just you, everyone. Don't overlook this one. It has tripped people up at the final hurdle. Okay, so you've got the visa. Now what? And I want to be honest with you here because this is where I see the most waste. People get the 485, feel relieved, and then just kind of drift. 2 years goes faster than you think. Tip 1, know your pathway before you even apply. Seriously, from day 1 of your 485, you should already know, am I going general skill migration 189, 190, 491, or is employer sponsorship my route? Because those 2 paths require completely different things from you during your visa period. Don't figure it out in month 10. Tip 2, skills assessment. Start it early. Some assessing authorities genuinely take months to process. If you wait until you feel ready, you've already lost time on your 485 you are not getting back. Start it uncomfortable. Finish it early. Tip 3, don't write off regional Australia. I know everyone wants to be in Sydney or Melbourne, and look, I get it. But regional living can mean more points towards state nomination, priority processing in some streams, and as we just covered, potentially a whole second 485 visa. That's not nothing. Worth at least thinking about seriously. Tip 4, vet graduates going through the Job Ready program. The timing of when you move from your student visa to your 485 actually matters here. If you can start the JRP while you're still on your student visa, do it. It can save you meaningful time on your 485 period down the track. Here's what I want to leave you with. The 485 itself, the actual application, it's not the hard part. But the choices you make while you're on it, those stay with you, sometimes for years. The occupation you pick, the state you settle in, the employer you go with. Each of those decisions either opens a door toward PR or quietly closes one. Getting proper advice early doesn't just save you stress, it can save you years. The subclass 485 is one of the best things Australia's immigration system offers international graduates, but it's not a destination. It never was. It's a launch pad. And what you do with it, that's entirely up to you. If you want to know which stream applies to you, or you want someone to actually sit down and map out your PR pathway, that's exactly what we do at Ultimate Migration. Our Mara registered migration agents work with graduates every single day. Reach out. The first conversation is free. If this helped you, like it, subscribe, share it with someone who needs to see it. I'll see you in the next one.